Hey everyone, and welcome back to another reading of The Power of a Praying Wife. Excuse me. Excuse me again. And we are on chapter 4, his sexuality. We're hitting the top priorities in a man's life right now, away in this book. I feel if we can contribute to a husband's happiness in these areas most dear to their hearts, we will have greater success making inroads in other areas that are crucial to their well-being. After 20 years of praying with women about their failing, struggling, unfulfilling, or dead marriages, I observe that frequently the sexual relationship is a low priority in their minds. It isn't that the wife cares nothing about that part of her life. It's that there are so many other things screaming for her attention, such as raising children, work, finances, managing a home, emotional stress, exhaustion, sickness, and marital strife, and the wife's juggling of priorities. Sex can end up on the bottom of her list. Some women allow week after week, month after month, 6 months, a year, or even more to go by without having sexual relations with their husbands for one reason or another. When disaster hits, they are surprised. Even though the wife may have felt fine about this arrangement, her husband was being neglected and an important part of his being. For a wife, sex comes out of affection. She doesn't want to be affectionated with a man who makes her feel angry, hurt, lonely, disappointed, overworked, unsupported, uncared for, or abandoned. But for a husband, sex is pure need. His eyes, ears, brain, and emotions get clouded if he doesn't have that release. He has trouble hearing anything his wife says or seeing what she needs when that area of his being is neglected. Wives sometimes have it backwards. They think we can have sex after we get these other issues settled, but actually there is a far greater chance of settling the other issues if sex comes first. That's why it's important to make sex a matter of priority in your marriage. Whether all conditions are perfect or whether you feel like it or not isn't the point. The point is meeting the needs of your husband and keeping communication lines open. A man can easily be made to feel insignificant, beaten down, discouraged, destroyed, or tempted in this area of his being. Baby, come into my phone.
All right, baby, why don't you? You got it on pause, huh? Hey, Papa, what's up?
I'm sorry about that. That was a phone call from my grandfather. I did a quick pause of the video.
Hey, I got a quick question. You want me to make meatloaf sandwiches? Or you want to eat the rest of the pasta tonight?
Meatloaf.
All right.
Oh, we can eat the pasta.
Well,
I had my heart set on the meatloaf.
Okay, I just don't want the pasta that I made last night to go to waste. We've got a good bit of it left.
I had ate a good bit of it this morning.
Oh, let me go see.
Okay. There is probably no more important means of fulfillment for a man in no area where he is more valuable. Sexual problems are quite common because many women don't have a clear grasp of what God views is on the subject. But the Bible is crystal clear. The wife does not have authority over her own body, but the husband does. And likewise, the husband does not have authority over his own body, but the wife does. Do not deprive one another except with consent for a time, that you may give yourselves to fasting and prayer, and come together again, so that Satan does not tempt you because of your lack of self-control. 1 Corinthians 7, verses 4 and 5. Sex between a husband and wife is God's idea. Unless we are fasting and praying for weeks at a time, or experiencing physical infirmity or separation, there is no excuse not to engage in it regularly. When we're married, our bodies are not our own. We own each other's physical attention, and we are not to deprive one another. The fragrance of sex depends on the other person's needs, not ours alone. If your attitude about having sex comes down to only what you need or what you don't want, then you don't have God's perspective. He says our body is to be used to comfort and complete the other person. Something is built up in the man in the marriage when this need is met by his wife. Something is demolished when it is not. You leave yourself open for temptation and for more destruction than you can imagine. When this area of intimate communication is neglected, it can happen to anyone, and that's why the sexual aspect of your marriage and your husband's sexuality need to be covered in prayer. And it's best to start praying about it before you have to. Sorry, everyone, I just gotta get comfortable. If your husband desires sex more frequently and you are the one keeping it from happening, pray for God to help you change your ways. I found that the most difficult time to deal with the issue of sex is when the children are small and can't do much for themselves. By the time you get them in bed, you are exhausted and ready to drop. You're thinking about getting to sleep as soon as possible while your husband has been making other plans for you. Your options are to totally shut him down and say, forget about it, I'm tired. Or communicate how exhausted you are and hope he'll say, no problem, you get some rest, or proceed with a bad attitude and make him feel guilty or angry. But I found a fourth option which works much better. Try this and see if it doesn't work for you. When your husband communicates to you what he has in mind, only a husband can do, don't roll your eyes and sigh deeply. Instead say, okay, give me 15 minutes or 10 or 20 or whatever you need. During that time, do something to make yourself feel attractive. For example, take a shower or a relaxing bath. Put on a scented body lotion or his favorite perfume. Have perfume you wear only for these times alone with him. Comb your hair. Wash your face and prepare it with products that make your skin look dewy and fresh. Put on lip gloss and blush. Step into lingerie you know he finds it irresistible. Don't worry about your imperfections. He's not thinking about them. If you feel self-conscious, wear a beautiful nightgown that covers areas that bother you. While you're doing this, pray for God to give you renewed energy, strength, vitality, and a good attitude. Hopefully, when you are ready, your husband will find find you were worth the wait. You'll be surprised at how much better a partner you are when you feel good about yourself. He'll be happier and you'll both sleep better. This is a small investment of time to see what rewards in your marriage. Sometimes there is the opposite situation where the wife is sexually neglected by her husband. His lack of interest can happen for many reasons, physical, mental, or emotional. But if he is content to go month after month without sex, then something is wrong. If there is no physical problem hindering him, maybe he's having deep feelings of failure, disappointment, depression, or hopelessness that need to be addressed. Prayer can help reveal what the problem is and how to solve it. Get professional help if you need to. It's cheaper than a divorce or the physical, emotional, and mental ravages of a dead marriage. Don't let negative emotions like resentment, bitterness, self-pity, and unforgiveness build up in you. Keep yourself healthy and attractive. If you don't think highly enough of yourself to take care of your body, do it as an act of kindness for him. Have special lingerie that he likes and put it on when you're with him. Get a new hairstyle. Surprise him with a new attitude. Keep your mind refreshed and growing. Basically, don't do nothing. Bad things develop when the sexual part of a marriage is neglected. Don't let that happen to you. Keep an eye on the calendar and refuse to allow how much time to go by without coming together physically. If it has been too long, ask God to show you why and help you remedy the situation. And remember, it's never too late to pray for sexual purity, no matter what has occurred in either of your pasts. Sometimes sexual problems in a marriage happen as a result of sexual experience before the marriage. Pray to be set free and healed of those memories. Purity happens the moment it takes root in the heart. Prayer is where it starts. Don't jeopardize or forfeit what God has for your marriage by neglecting to pray for this vital area of your life. Prayer. Lord, bless my husband's sexuality and make it an area of great fulfillment for him. Restore what needs to be restored. Balance what needs to be balanced. Protect us from apathy, disappointment, criticism, busyness, unforgiveness, deadness, or disinterest. I pray that we make time for one another, communicate our true feelings openly, and remain sensitive to what each other needs. Keep us sexually pure in mind and body, and close the door to anything lustful or neglect or illicit that seeks to encroach upon us. Deliver us from bondage of past mistakes. Remove from our midst the effects of any sexual experience and thought or deed that happened outside of our relationship. Take away anyone or anything from our lives that would inspire temptation to infidelity. Help us to abstain from sexual immortality, so that each of us will know how to possess his own vessel in sanctification and honor. 1 Thessalonians 4:3-5, verses 3-5. I pray that we will desire each other and no one else. Show me how to make myself attractive and desirable to him and be the kind of partner he needs. I pray that neither of us will ever be tempted to think about seeking fulfillment elsewhere. I realize that an important part of my ministry to my husband is sexual. Help me to never use it as a weapon or by means of man exploitation by giving and without withholding it for selfish reasons. I commit this area of our lives to you, Lord. May it be continually new and alive. Make it all that you create it to be. Amen. Power tools. Flee.
Take a bath, then I'm gonna get started on those meatloafs, alright?
Alright.
I love you.
I love you too. Flee sexual immorality. Every sin that a man does is outside the body, but he who commits sexual immorality sins against his own body. Or do you not know that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit who is in you, whom you have from God, and you are not your own, for you were bought at a price. Therefore glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's. 1 Corinthians 6, chapter 6, verses 18 through 20. The body is not for sexual immorality, but for the Lord, and the Lord for the body. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 13. Drink water from your own criticism and running water from your own well. Should your fountains be despair aboard streams of water in the streets, let them be only your own and not for strangers with you. Let your fountain be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of your youth. As a loving deer and a graceful doe, let her breasts satisfy you at all times, and always be enraptured with her love. Proverbs chapter 5, verses 15 through 19. Tomorrow we'll be on chapter 5. If I can get my bookmark in place.